I'm Gabi.
And I'm Katie.
I'm from Brazil.
And I'm from the U.S.
And today,
she's going to be making one of my favorite things that Brazil has to offer during Christmas time. Rabanada.
Rabanada, it's amazing. If you are not Brazilian, it's basically French toast.
Yes, it's like a deep fried, bigger, better, and tastier French toast.
It's amazing. I love Rabanada. I made it just one in my life.
Why do you always have to experiment whenever with us?
Because when I am in Brazil, I never cook. My mom always cook, my aunties always cook. Me, I just eat. But now here, living in the US, I must cook. It'll be the first time that I make Rabanada here in the US, and it'll be the first time that his family are gonna try Rabanada, and I have no idea if they will like or not. I think they will.
Yeah, I definitely do. You can't go wrong with French toast, and it's sweet, so of course,
Yeah.
they'll love it. I have a question for you that you may not know the answer to before we get started. Why is Rabanada only served at Christmas? What makes it a Christmas
I really
dish?
don't know. You know, a thing that I found that Rabanada is not a thing in all of Brazil.
It's just Rio.
Rio, São Paulo, like even in the south where I was born, Foz do Iguaçu, mom said that during Christmas nobody eats Rabanada. So
Really?
she made it once. People thought that it was a fried fish
Fried fish.
because of the way that it looked like.
Ah, yeah.
And like,
Long.
what is that fried fish? I'm like, no, Rabanada. You don't know what Rabanada is, and nobody knew. I really thought it was a whole Brazil, but it's not.
But it's definitely only a Christmas thing.
Yeah, normally people eat only in Christmas, but in some bakeries, if you visit Rio de Janeiro, if you go to Colombo Bakery, you can eat Rabanada because apparently it's a Portuguese recipe. And Colombo, it's a Portuguese bakery, a very, very old one, like 1894. So they serve Rabanada during all the year.
Do they make Rabanada?
They do, but apparently it's a normal dessert. It's not that they eat only Christmas.
So-
Just us that we eat Christmas.
So Kedrick's hypothesis is that because, and she likes to say this, give this fact, because Rio was the capital of Brazil for so long, a lot of the Portuguese influence is more prominent in those cities than it is in the rest of the country. And probably this dessert from Portugal was only definitely served at Christmas time because the people there that were from Portugal was like, hey, if I don't have this but one time, it's going to be one of the most special times of the year. And they took it and ran with it.
Probably.
And colonized it and said Brazil created it. Like,
I hope that you like this recipe. It's really easy. So I will show it to you.
yeah, and again, like the other video with, I'm not going to be here. I'm here in spirit only. So
Exactly.
I'll see you at the end.
Yes. So the ingredients of a Rabanada are 2 cups of milk, 1 can of condensed milk, vanilla extract, 3 eggs, sugar, ground cinnamon, and bread. Some people can ask what type of bread. I'm using like a baguette because this is a type of bread that I can find in US. But if you're from Brazil, probably you will find a bread specifically for Rabanada. You also can think, but if it look like a French toast, I can use a brioche. I would not recommend to use a brioche because it's too soft, and because it's a deep fry bread and brioche is too soft, it can be dissolved, okay? So I will prefer a type of bread that will be harder than a brioche. So the first thing that I will do is to cut the bread. Some people like to cut normal, like in the circle, or some people like to cut in the diagonal. That's what I will do, to cut in the diagonal, okay? A very important thing about bread is try to don't use the bread that you bought at the same day, because the bread needs to be from one day to another. In Portuguese, we say that pão amanhecido, when the bread is left for one day. So that was the term that we use. And try also to don't cut too thin. So right here, I'm using like 2 fingers, that will be okay. So now that you cut your bread, you will mix the milk, the condensed milk, and also the vanilla extract. I'm using here 2 cups of milk, a half of can of condensed milk, If you want, you can use a whole can, but I think that would be too sweet because at the end we still have the sugar and the cinnamon. So just using the half, or you can make with this half can brigadeiro or beijinho, and we have this recipe here also in the channel. And I'm using a little bit of vanilla extract also, just to give a little bit of flavor. In Brazil, normally people, they don't use the vanilla extract, but I think that would be good. You didn't see this, okay? I think that I need to change the spoon. 1 minute. Maybe I'm using a small pot. Gabby's gonna Gabby. It just mix because this is the main thing that makes your rabanada soft inside. That is the main difference of American French toast. American French toast, say that is really weird because it's American or French. Let's say French toast, okay? Also, some people like, if you are a chef or if you like to try things, you can zest like an orange or lemon or a lime and add the zest here in this liquid. I think that it would be like a je ne sais quoi to this recipe. Everything's mixed. I will just clean here a little bit. I'll be back. So, okay, I also will mix 3 eggs right here. Okay, so 1, 2. Ih, Jesus. Vai. 3. Pronto. The amount of eggs or the amount of milk and also the condensed milk can vary depending how much bread do you have. So right here I have 2 baguettes and I think that maybe I will have 20 rabanadas maybe. So I think that this will be enough. While I'm having this, the eggs, also the milk, I have here electric fry and I set up the temperature for 265. Not too hot, not too cold, so the oil need to keep warm. For me, it's easier to use the electric one because the temperature always maintain. You also can fry using a normal pot that you have, but I would fully recommend that you use a pot that is not too small like that, more like this, and put the oil there for you to really deep fry the rabanada. It will make the total difference. Remember, it's not like a French toast that you put the butter in the pot and just flip. You deep fry that to make the difference, okay? So the process now is really simple and it's like, imagine that you are in a factory, okay? So you work like batches. You take a bread, you take a piece of bread. So you put the mix of milk and condensed milk and vanilla, okay? Don't leave it there for a while, we just over. Then you can, with the egg, remove the excess. Excess is a word in English? I really don't know. Excesso in Portuguese. Maybe is, maybe not. And leave it there. Again, do the same process for all the pieces that you have. So okay, now is the time to deep fry. And the thing that you want with the rabanada is to be golden, not burn, but golden and brown. Imagine a summer in Brazil and your skin brown and beautiful. That is the same thought that you must have with the rabanada. One important thing that I figure out with the electric frying is I set up for the minimum one, but then I realized that the oil was not too hot, so I turned on a little bit, and now is 320 Fahrenheit, okay? I don't know how much is that in Celsius. I will Google and I will put here. Yeah. I also have, besides of the frying, doesn't matter if you use a normal pot, place to put the rabanada. You can use the paper towel to drain to drain the oil, or like me, if you have, I have the iron grates Man, today the video is really complicated for me because I don't know a bunch of words in English. When Kedrick is not with me, I can ask him and I can Google because I'm using the phone to record this. But you got it. I will show it to you what I have, the arrow thing. Once that you have your rabanadas fried, okay, so you have a mix of sugar. I'm saying 1 cup of sugar, maybe you can use less. It's really just to cover the rabanada, and ground cinnamon. I think I really like cinnamon, so I think that I'll use 1 teaspoon, maybe 2. I think that 1 will be fine. Just a little bit more. Now that you even the smell of the sugar and the cinnamon is I already thinking about Christmas. So now you get your rabanada. It's still hot, and you just cover with the sugar and the cinnamon. Here I'm not making just the 3, but it's just to record for you because I still have a bunch of rabanada to fry, but just for you to have an idea what I'm talking about. And here we go, we have the rabanadas. So this was the end of the video. I really hope that you like the video, and if you like the video, subscribe the channel and turn on the notification bell. Well, I don't know about you, but I will eat this rabanada, waiting for my family here in US. I really hope that they like too, okay? If you tried the recipe, let us know. Put here in the comments below what type of Christmas dish that your family always have, okay? So see you in the next video. Kiss, kiss, and bye-bye.